Radio New Zealand News at 4, I'm Cynthia Morahan. The circumstances of how a 9-month-old Hamilton baby received critical injuries this morning are being investigated by police. Acting Detective Inspector Mark Green says emergency services were called to a Hamilton East property just after 11:30. He says the baby was taken to hospital accompanied by its mother. Mr. Green says a 32-year-old man from the address is assisting police with their inquiries, but it's too early to speculate on what has happened. A team of engineers has been formed to tackle flood problems in the Waimakariri district. Heavy rain during the week caused havoc across the region, flooding and closing roads and schools and forcing the evacuation of Orangiora rest home. The district's Mayor David Ayres says the team will look at short, medium and long-term options to help with flooding in some of the worst hit areas. Mr. Ayres says the short-term options already being worked on include changes of drain gradients in the Kaiapoi area. A 26-year-old man has been arrested following a daytime machete attack in the centre of Palmerston North. The police say the attack occurred shortly after 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Detective Sergeant Dave Thompson says the 26-year-old was arguing with another man on Main Street before striking him with a machete. Mr. Thompson says the victim's arm was badly cut and he was taken to Palmerston North Hospital. The United Nations is appealing for $1 billion to help victims of the civil war in South Sudan. After 6 months of fighting, the UN's top aid official there says 7 million people are at risk of hunger or disease. He says many of those forced to flee their homes are literally living in mud as the rainy season sets in and malaria is rampant. In the final World Cup football match of the day, the Ivory Coast have beaten Japan 2-1. Earlier, Italy beat England by the same score. And that's the news.
This Icom night, Damien Fenton remembers Operation Barbarossa. Hitler's greatest mistake, invading Russia, ultimately cost him his life. Unfortunately, it cost millions of other lives as well. Ian Jones speaks up for Tom and Vanilla. And Ellen Gilmore explains why the solstice doesn't coincide with the day of the latest sunrise, or even the earlier sunset. That's Nights with me, Brian Crubb, after the news at 7 on Radio New Zealand National.